Welcome back, everybody, to TV Sports 27. Second half action kicking off in Week 14 of our fourth season of the Arena Football franchise mode here. It's the Grand Rapids Rampage. We are sitting at 13-0, going up against the 8-5 Nashville Cats. And the Nashville Cats have been keeping a one-touchdown lead on us throughout this entire football game. They came up with the opening stop on the first drive of the game, and since then it's been exchanging touchdowns, and it's been pretty much that has been the story here going into this one now to the third quarter. And there you see it again, John Fitzgerald to Chris Jackson, and the Nashville Cats. This rivalry that we kind of mentioned in the last episode, we kind of said it was an underrated rivalry. If they knock off the Rampage and ruin the undefeated season, boy, it's going to be that much more ramped up. This is unreal right now. Nashville, who we played back in Week 5, both teams, we were 4-0, and absolutely destroyed Nashville on their home turf. They came in not only looking for revenge on that game, wanting to end the undefeated season. They got a lot of motivation, and again, we continue to say this is worrisome because this is a playoff game. This is the #1 seed and the #4 seed as it stands right now. Hey, Alpha Sapphire, what's going on, my friend? Glad to have you aboard. Welcome. Welcome in. Arena football action. You just made it for what could be either the end or an epic conclusion to this undefeated season. You homebrewed your 3DS. That's pretty cool. Like regular Madden on the 3DS? How does that even look? That's wild. 28-21. Stafford. Some of his throws have been a little high and it's incomplete. I don't know, the way Nashville's going, I don't think we can afford.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 12-yard line.
Oh my, Alpha Sapphire throwing out the language in that one. The 2DS XL, okay. So not one of the 3D ones. I thought the 3D looked pretty cool on the 3DS. I like, oh, Damian Grosh can't stay in bounds. We gotta go for it, right? I think we gotta go for it. We're not gonna be like the AI. We cannot trade field goals for touchdowns on this one. See if you can get Arena Football on your 2DS. You can't fold up the 2DS, right, though? I think that was what I liked. I like the 3DS. You can actually fold it. What a deep throw by Stafford, and Grosh hangs on to it for the first down. What a shot on 3rd down to convert and get the first. I've actually been thinking about Alpha Sapphire. I've been looking up some videos on YouTube because touchdown, Rampage. My NFL 2K5 videos are performing very well on YouTube. So I've talked about maybe people like to see some of the older games rather than the new games, because I'll say that the Super Mario Wonder videos are going up right now on YouTube, and the viewership's just been average, and it's a brand new game. So it may just be a competitive field out there where everybody is wanting to see the new games, and there's so many people playing the new games that audience gets divided, where maybe an old game, there's not a big audience for that. So I'm playing Arena Football now. Hasn't quite hit the Twitch audience yet, but I've been looking up like Madden 08 and some of the older Maddens, and just kind of Googling what's the best hockey game. People say NHL 14, and people say Madden 03 is the best Madden. I've been toying around with just playing like some of the older games, doing a couple years on some of the older games, and see what that does for the numbers on our channel here, rather than trying to compete with everyone playing the new games. Miles Morales figure? Well, that's pretty cool, from the from Spider-Man, right? Where's Peter Parker at? So you're doing stop motion stuff. That's pretty cool. Fitzgerald. Oh my goodness, that one hit off the boards and nearly went into the hands of Willis Marshall. 28-28, you guys. This is as competitive as it has been this season, the last couple of weeks. You take the Dallas game out of the equation, and this has been as close that we have been playing some of these teams and what's been blowouts here this season. Fitzgerald, he finds Chris Jackson. It won't be enough for the first down. What was your favorite arena football team, Alpha? I don't remember if we talked about this. 4th and 6. 4th and 6 for the Nashville Cats. John Fitzgerald, and he zips it right past Carnell Lewis. We've seen a couple of those throws here today from Fitzgerald, where him and the receivers have been out of sync. So a chance to get the stop back that Nashville got on us in the first half and take the lead for the first time in forever, which is rare to say this season. And there it is. The Grand Rapids Rampage have the lead. We have not had the lead all day. It has been either ties or trailing. We have not played from behind almost all year. And we're finally back on top. 35-28, one throw from Shane Stafford to Willis Marshall.
Is lined up for the kickoff. Moore back to return.
Getting up off the netting. Oh, what a hit. Ahmad Hawkins, number 91. Doing some spine bending out there.
They'll start the drive at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10.
Give it to Stackhouse. Nothing happening there.
Stackhouse on the carry. Loss of 2 on the play. 2nd and 12. Ball on the 4-yard line.
Throw a little Pikachu in the chat. There you go. For Alpha Sapphire. Fitzgerald. Pump fake. Oh, he got everyone to bite on the pump fake. Did you guys see that? He got the bite on the pump fake.
1st and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
Nashville trying to keep pace here with Grand Rapids. Bobby Scipio. We have not mentioned his name all that much here today. And what a roster they have, too. I mean, my God, Bobby Scipio.
Ball on the 24-yard
Scipio, Stackhouse, Chris Jackson. Like, it's a who's who of arena football legends. Fitzgerald to Scipio, who's going to get rammed right into the boards by Chris Angel. And that will be 3rd and 3.
3rd and 3. Ball on the 20-yard line.
They give it to Stackhouse. It's running back on running back. Lonnie Ford makes the tackle, so it's 4th and 4 for the Nashville Cats. Fitzgerald is sacked. Randy Jackson on the quarterback sack. That'll take us to the 4th quarter in Grand Rapids. No, we got to run one more play. I agree, Alpha. I wish, whether it be IFL or arena football, that would be the license, man. Somebody trying to make a football game that can't get the NFL license. Call up the IFL. Call up the new Arena Football League. Make a new game, you guys. Come on, there's some developer that wants to make a football game. Arena Football, UFL, they're all out there for the taking. It is 35-28. Grand Rapids. There's how you guys can support the channel. Left side of the screen, follow, subscribe. Right side of the screen, Patreon, Streamlabs, Ko-fi. Check us out.
Ball on the 7-yard line.
You got a developer right here? You're a developer? Did I know that? Let's do it. I'm all in. Let's get a second. Let's get another, whether it be IFL, Arena Football. I mean, IFL is kind of a little more established right now, but let's do it. I would think IFL, what you want to go for first, and then arena football until arena football kind of gets going. But yeah, that would be amazing. Let's do. I would love to see it. If you can get that going, that'd be incredible. Stafford just has such poise to find the time. That is very cool. Well, drop some links, my friend. Go share it along with us. Share it on Twitter. Share it here in the chat. Share it on Patreon. Get your word out there, man. We do have a Patreon level where you can plug a business or an endeavor. There's a touchdown. So send those links on, man. That'd be very cool. I'd be happy to promote that. There's your touchdown. So now Grand Rapids going up by 2 scores here. That was a critical. That was a critical possession that Nashville was not able to convert on. So now down by 2 touchdowns. So they got to get a stop on their end. They got to try to get an onside kick or something. Very nice. Well, good luck in your search for all that stuff, because that would be very fun to get a new game made. I almost want to go back and play. I don't have, maybe, I don't know. I've never done like emulator on this computer, but like they made the original, the Kurt Warner arena football, which is kind of like almost a blitz type of arena football. I've never played that before. That might be kind of fun to play on the channel. This almost kind of has like a little blitz feel. Like there's a lot of late hits and weird stuff like that. That was kind of weird. That is one weird design choice that they made in this game. That they have a lot of late hits in animations and like that kind of stuff that's not part of arena football that they kind of put in this game. It's kind of weird. It's a very weird. Like I'll let one of these go like that, like this, like these cutscenes. I mean they're. I'm all for like getting hyped and all that kind of stuff, but it's just kind of a weird design choice that they would have this kind of late hitty. Like there are late hits in this game. You've seen them as you've been playing throughout this series. So Chris Jackson first down. The only problem is it has to be a PC laptop only release. I mean, whatever. I mean, be a start, right? I mean, console, I suppose one day would be the dream, but you can do like that guy that made Legends Bowl. Right? He made it on the computer to begin with, and now he's on the Nintendo Switch. I have not gotten a chance to pick that up yet because I'm still putting a lot of time into Tears of the Kingdom. But eventually I do want to play Legends Bowl. But that could be, you know, start on laptop PC and then maybe, you know, work your way to getting on the Switch or something like he did. John Fitzgerald dumps it off to Chris Jackson. He's going to be inside the 10. I understand that. Money's the big issue, isn't it? That's why I got the Patreon page. Money is the only way you can survive and make it in this world. So I appreciate all the supporters there. Fitzgerald. Oh, wait a minute, it's a fumble. Wait, who's going to get it? Oh, it's picked up by the Rampage. Are you kidding me? Richie Simon. Richie Simon, did he not cross the goal line? We gotta take a closer look at this, because this would be, I mean, this might just end it for Nashville, but this is gonna be a controversial call. Let's get a zoom in. Did he cross the line before he fumbled? God, it's so hard. Is the ball? No, the ball is just coming out. I mean, still got a grip of it. Right there, it drops out just before reaching the goal line. Holy smokes. Nashville, that pretty much had, again, Grand Rapids, they had us on our heels, had us backed up against the wall, may end up collapsing here in the fourth quarter. Maybe Alpha Sapphire is my good luck charm. We were fighting with Nashville, and then all of a sudden Alpha Sapphire pops in, and the Cats just start going the opposite direction. One more score is going to make this look like a blowout when the game was competitive. Stafford, Fleming, first down. We're going to throw a rare run out there. I don't know any of her songs. I know she's very famous in the NFL right now, but I couldn't tell you a single song of hers. That is not my genre of music. Neither is any of the halftime shows they ever do. I'm always disappointed at the halftime shows. I never watch them. Yeah, I go play the Switch or something, but like there's no variety of music. It's always the same type of music. I want to see a band. Get Kiss out there. Get something. I think in the history of the Super Bowl, there's only been like 3 bands that have ever performed at the Super Bowl halftime. So like ZZ Top was one year, which is cool. But it's always like pop or hip hop. Always. So who, you know, I don't know. Get me Disturbed. I want Disturbed at the Super Bowl halftime show. Dave Mustaine. Let's go. There's the touchdown. That may get Static X out there with 0. Pantera. Come on. That's what I want to see. Some variety. Get Ozzy. Get Ozzy out there. Ozzy can still go. Let Ozzy have one more run at the Super Bowl halftime show. Dave Mustaine, that would be amazing. For the Super Bowl halftime show. He would kill it. The whole band would. Guns N' Roses, sure. Maybe you can do a reunion. We can get Slash and Axl Rose out there. I'm debating. I don't really know too much about Slash's like band. I know like obviously Slash from Guns N' Roses, but he's gonna be doing a concert in Japan while I'm there, and I was almost thinking about going to it. Like I know Slash, but like everybody else, I don't really know anyone else as well that he performs with. So, but yeah, let's do a Guns N' Roses reunion. Another fumble. There's been a record number of fumbles in this game. I get that. That happens to everyone. Like poor, I mean, Dave is coming off of throat cancer, you know, but he's still doing his thing. But you know, one last hurrah. Axl would come out for the Super Bowl halftime show with one last hurrah. Bobby Scipio is just going to lose a ton of yards. And, man, from the first 3 quarters to the 4th quarter, what a collapse this has been for the Nashville Cats. It was a 28-28 tie. And Nashville has just fallen by the wayside here. And with this win, well, there it is. Chris Oldham picks it off, and that is going to send the Grand Rapids Rampage to 14-0.
First and 10. Ball on the 23-yard line.
Yeah, I know Guns N' Roses have been doing their thing lately. It's been pretty cool. Well, let's get them. Super Bowl halftime show. What can we do to make that happen? Let's start it. Let's start. I don't know. We'll get some kind of hashtag started.
Second and 10.
Shane Stafford takes his claim back as the MVP after losing it last week. Madden 24, how is it? How you enjoying it? Oh my God! What a hit in the corner! Look, the football went right down the tunnel.
Marshall, the intended receiver, on the play. Third and 10.
Haven't played it yet. Well, that makes 2 of us. Holding out hope that Madden 25 will be good. But we might be holding our breath on that one for a while. Stafford, man, and, oh no, Shane Stafford with a head injury. So hopefully he'll be okay. That would be a major blow to this team. So backup quarterback Larry Richards would come in. Here goes your field goal attempt. It is going to be good. Let's see. I don't even know much. Larry Richards football.
Grand Rapids is lined up for the kickoff. Moore
I'm trying to look.
back
Does
to
he even have a
return.
Wikipedia page? Former basketball player. Larry Zonka. I don't know. Someone give me some Larry Richards. Was he even a real player? Let's see. Larry Richards.
Kickoff return 5 yards. Moore
Arena
on the
football.
return. They'll start the drive at the 5-yard line. First
Does
and
not
10.
come up. So maybe he's a fake name, but oh my goodness. John Fitzgerald. You want to talk about the air being let out, and that is the danger. I mean, here's what we got to consider now.
With the reception.
You get an injury to Shane Stafford, the head injury. Is it worth it to go for the undefeated season and have your guys get hurt? On the other side of this, maybe Alpha Sapphire remembers, the Indianapolis Colts did that one time. It was kind of famous. They were undefeated, and they rested their starters for the last 2 weeks of the season. They lost both those games, and then they ended up getting beat in the playoffs. What year was that?
Pass ball's incomplete. Jackson, the intended receiver, on the
14 and
play.
0, 14 and 0 Colts. I actually think they might have gone to the Super Bowl and lost, but
Time the line. Hands up, hands up.
2009 Colts. 2009 Colts.
The field goal attempt is no good.
All right, we can't waste this
Well,
opportunity.
they
We got the ball. We
did
gotta move
go.
on.
Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Saints. So they had the perfect season. It was 2009. They had the undefeated season, and they gave up the last 2 weeks. Got beat, blown out both those games.
5-yard line.
They did win in the playoffs, so they didn't get beat in the playoffs, but they went to the Super Bowl. And they got beat by the Saints, so you know. So Larry Richards. Have we seen a Matt Stafford report yet? Richards? Oh, what a throw by Richards. Are you kidding me? I guess I didn't really realize what I was busy looking up the Colts stuff. We kind of ran up the score a little bit. You know what? We can say that was us practicing for the potential of Shane Stafford. So we got to look at the injury report here as the time will tick down. But that, I mean, we need to get a practice throw with Larry Richards there.
The extra point attempt is good.
So how about this? I need to look at the stats. It was 28 to 28. And the score ended up being 59-28. A collapse, an epic collapse for the Nashville Cats, which could hurt their playoff chances. All right, let's look at some of this stuff, because I may have missed it when I came across the screen. First of all, look at that. There's your scoring. 28-28. And then the rest of the way, all Grand Rapids from that opening pass onward. Insane. 3P, is that 3 plays? So he's going to be back, hopefully. Man, we'll have to look. We'll look. All right, I checked in Shane Stafford. Maybe the message came across the screen. I may have missed it, but he is going to be okay. But that is something that we got to consider, and I want to hear from you guys in the comments. Is that something, do we go for the undefeated season, knowing you just saw what happened to our starting quarterback, or do we pull a 2009 Indianapolis Colts, phone it in, and maybe get lackadaisical in the postseason? Don't know. Speaking of lackadaisical, how about this win for the Colorado Crush? So the Predators will fall to 11-3, and the Colorado Crush, with our win over the Cats, are now going to be 1 game back of the Nashville Cats for that final playoff spot. Georgia forced only 28 points, looking like Nashville. They get beat by the Chicago Rush. 70 points put up by the Philadelphia Soul in their win over the New York Dragons. That was a high-scoring one. Tampa Bay Storm putting up 68 on the New Orleans Voodoo to move to 5-9. 59-28. Boy, that game was a lot closer than the scoreboard would have you indicate, because it was 28-28 at one point, and the final score ended up being 59-28 in that one. The Austin Wranglers, that's who we got next week at 6-8, an impressive win over the Columbus Destroyers. Dallas, man, there were some good games this week in arena football. Arizona, man, that's disappointing considering the legacy of the Arizona Rattlers and the number of championships they've played in and won. Teaming up with Matt Nagy to only have 4 wins on the year. Dallas finally getting a win to stop the hurting that they've been through, and they moved to 8-6. Low scoring one here, LA with the win over the SaberCats, and another playoff preview. On the other side, the Gladiators getting the win over the Utah Blaze. So your team standings in this one. In the American side, Grand Rapids, 2 wins away from that perfect undefeated season. The Gladiators at 10-4, the Blaze at 9-5, and the Crush and the Cats going to be in competition for that last spot in the American. In the national side, the Predators have also wrapped up the top seed in the National Conference. Home field advantage throughout, but who's going to get those final spots in the national side? Dallas, you have Georgia, Austin, Columbus, Philadelphia, all these teams, every team in the East actually still alive down the stretch here. And the Austin Wranglers, that is who we got next week here coming up in TB Sports 27. So you take a look at the schedule, just 2 games left, the Chicago Rush and the Austin Wranglers. This road game we mentioned is going to be pretty important because it's going to be the curved end zones, the rounded end zones that they have. A chance for us to play with those one more time before we head to Vegas, and before they head to Vegas and play in the Arena Bowl. The Wranglers are now a postseason team, right? They're sitting at the number 4 seed in the national side of things. So that can make things even more interesting because we have another playoff team that we're playing. We've played a lot of playoff teams here. 14-0, 2 games left. I'm going to try to finish it up this week. Be on the lookout for more streaming midweek when we play Austin, when we play Chicago, and make it to the playoffs. The Austin Wranglers, they're a playoff team on the national side. They're at home. Can they upend? Can they upset the undefeated 14-0 Grand Rapids Rampage? Guys, that is going to do it for this session. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Alpha Sapphire, for popping in as well. Good luck to you. I love what you're doing. Keep it up, my friend, and I hope you make it. That is awesome. Good luck in all your endeavors that you're working on, and that will be cheering you on here. Join us next time, Austin and Grand Rapids, as we continue our quest for an undefeated season and an Arena Bowl. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.